What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, here is my top 10 favorite movies of 1986. Because, of course, this whole week I've been doing, like, best 80s theme related videos. You know, I did my top 10 80s, 81, 82, 83. Yes, I did top 10 85 films. So, now, here is my top 10 favorite 1986 films. Alright. Coming in at number 10 is... Okay, coming in at number 10 will be Highlander. Now, lots of people consider Highlander to be one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm not really one of them. I mean, I like Highlander and all, but, you know, it wasn't really like an age film that really stuck with me or anything. But I still really appreciate it. It's a classic. It has some really iconic lines. Connor McLeod is a cool character. Like, he's a really cool hero and whatnot. You know, you've got Clancy Brown on this. You also got Sean Connery. Some pretty good cast members. And it was a really cool fantasy adventure film. You know, it had some cool effects, especially for its time. You know, it was really a cool film, you know. But, of course, Highlander 2, that's another story. Highlander 2 is just not good at all. Really, Highlander 2 is one of the worst movies of all time, so there's that. But the first Highlander is great, and if you guys never seen Highlander yet, check it out. And check out the first Highlander. You don't really need to bother with the sequel. But anyway, like I said, I wouldn't even be down to see like a Highlander reboot or not, because Highlander is a cool mythology tale. It's has some cool effects. I think if we do like another Highlander today, it'll probably do okay, I guess. But anyway, still, the original Highlander is still will always be the best. I mean, there can be only one, you know. All right, coming in at number 9 is going to be the basketball classic Hoosiers. Now, Hoosiers. Anyway, the film Hoosiers is a basketball film that stars the great Dennis Hopper, and in it, you know, he plays like like Dennis Hopper, you know, plays a college coach named Norman Dale, who ends up getting a chance at redemption when he's hired to direct a basketball program at a high school at a tiny Indiana town. And so, like, after a teacher played by Barbara Hershey persuades star Jimmy Chitwood to quit and focus on his long neglected studies, Dale ends up struggling to develop a winning team in the face of community criticism and whatnot. This here is a classic basketball movie. You know, it's very inspirational. Dennis Hopper gave one of his finest performances here. He also had Gene Hackman was in this. Really good film. I mean, you know, Hopper's chemistry with the high school athletes, you know, were all pretty good. Anyway, really good film. If you guys never seen Hoosiers, check it out. It's a classic basketball movie. All right, coming in at number 8 is going to be Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Now this is about now Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer is about famed serial killer Henry Lee Lucas, and here he's played by Michael Rooker, who you guys might know as Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is probably like besides besides Yondu, this is probably my other favorite Michael Rooker's performance. He was a great Henry Lee Lucas, and Henry Lee Lucas was not a really. Anyway, sorry about that. He was pretty much a famed serial killer, and he really tortured lots of people. And Michael Rooker played that creepy very well. He really nailed it at that role. Like, if you guys never seen Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer yet, check it out. It's a really good film. All right. Coming in at number 7 is going to be David Cronenberg's classic, The Fly. The Fly is, of course, like a remake of a 1950s film, but this is definitely kind of like how I said with The Thing. The Fly is it's definitely a remake that actually surpasses the original. You got Jeff Goldblum in this, Gina Davis, directed by the great David Cronenberg. I mean, in it, Jeff Goldblum, plays like a scientist named Brenda, who ends up completing his transportation device, and he ends up deciding to test its abilities on himself. So, like, for him, and a housefly ends up slipping in the machine during the process, leading to like a merger of man and insect, and like he ends up appearing to have undergo successful teleportation, and the fly cells begin to like pretty much take over his body and whatnot. And you also got Jane Davis as Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend. The Fly is a The Fly is really weird. It's creepy. Like the movie got released in '86, so the effects was actually okay. Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, The Fly is a real classic. You know, David Cronenberg did a good job at directing. The Fly. Sorry about that. The way The Fly looked was really cool. Yes, there you go. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, The Fly is a classic. If you guys never seen The Fly yet, check it out. And like I said, it's actually a remake that's better than the original, and it's a really good one. Alright, coming in at number 6 is going to be Labyrinth, directed by Muppets guy Jim Henson, starring Jennifer Connelly. You got David Bowie as the Goblin King. Anyway, about that. Anyway, Labyrinth is a fantasy classic. Like I said, directed by Jim Henson, who of course gave us the Muppets. Sorry about that. You got a very young Jennifer Connelly in this. The Goblin King looked cool. You got some cool puppets in this. Labyrinth is a instant classic, and it's also one of David Bowie's like best performances. Of course, you guys know David Bowie's been more of a singer than an actor. And this is actually a few times where singer ends up becoming a really better actor at times. And David Bowie really shined in this. And I mean, him as a Goblin King, what you not like about that? But yeah, Labyrinth is really great. I mean, if you guys never seen it, check it out. And I've been hearing words that they might do a remake or a sequel or whatnot. I'll be down to see another Labyrinth because I just like this one so much. So, I mean, it'll be disappointing to see one without David Bowie, but. All right, coming in at number 5 is Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, I love Little Shop of Horrors. You know, it's pretty much about like this flower shop assistant named Seymour, played by Rick Moranis, who pretty much falls over here with a coworker played by Ellen Green, and of course the coworker's named Audrey. So during like a eclipse, he ends up discovering like an unusual plant. He names Audrey the second, and so he pretty much like it gets disturbing from here. Because the only thing that the plant feeds on is humans and flesh. And that's what he actually ends up feeding it, is pretty much flesh. And it's weird for a PG film, by the way. The movie was PG, and this movie was disturbing for a PG film. But it had some really iconic songs, like um, Suddenly Seymour. You've got Little Shop of Horrors. It had some really good songs in this. And, you know, the Plant Audrey was pretty cool. It was directed by Yoda himself, Frank Oz. Frank Oz directed this. Little Shop of Horrors is fantastic. I just love this movie. You know, it's one of my favorite. Like, you also had Steve Martin was in this. Jim Belushi, John Candy was in this. Really great movie with great music. You know, great performance by the great Rick Moranis. If you guys never seen Little Shop of Horrors yet, check it out. And granted, some of these songs are going to get stuck inside your head, so be a little cautious with that too. All right, coming in at number 4 will be Aliens. Now, of course, Aliens is a follow-up to the '70s film Alien, and Aliens is definitely a sequel that surpasses the original. Aliens is great. You know, you got Sigourney Weaver back as Ripley. This time around, you got a young girl in this named Newt, played by Carrie Hann. It's directed by James Cameron. You got Michael Biehn in this, the late great Bill Paxton, Lance Herkison. Such a really good film. It's entertaining. It's gruesome. It's a great sci-fi film. The Xenomorph never looked better. Such a great movie. And of course, after this, we also had a few other Alien movies. Some good, some not so good. But Aliens is probably the best out of all of them. Then, of course, followed by the original Alien. Because come on, who doesn't love who doesn't love Alien or Aliens? You know. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, coming in at number 3 is going to be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean, one of Matthew Broderick's like best roles. You know, Ferris Bueller is great. You know, of course, everyone always keeps thinking Deadpool created the fourth wall break scene. Nope, Ferris Bueller sort of created that one. Because if you guys remember at the end of Deadpool, they kind of spoofed Ferris Bueller, and if you guys want to know, Ferris Bueller is what they were spoofing. And but Ferris Bueller is really fun. I mean, it's a great coming of age tale. I mean, it's pretty much all about you know, high schooler whose parents are like away, so he wants to like mainly cut classes and whatnot. And of course, there's like a parade that happens here. You also got Alan Ruck, who plays like his best friend. Jennifer Grey, like a year before she was in Dirty Dancing, was in this. Um, you also had Jeffrey Jones in this film. Ben Stein. You also had a really funny cameo by Charlie Sheen. Ferris Bueller is such a funny film. It has some really memorable lines, some memorable moments. Actually, Ferris Bueller kind of created the end credit scene, by the way. Like, everyone always keeps thinking that the MCU created the whole after credits and end credits stuff. No, it was really, to me, I think it was Ferris Bueller who created the whole after credits stuff. But still, Ferris Bueller is great. I mean, But yeah, if you guys never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off by now, check it out. And it's also it's probably my favorite Matthew Broderick movies as well. One of his best roles. Such a great, funny film. All right, coming in at number two is going to be Top Gun. I mean, come on, Top Gun. You got Tom Cruise as Maverick, Anthony Edwards as Goose. You also got Tom Skerritt, Kelly McGillis, directed by the late great Tony Curtis. Top Gun is just awesome. I mean, come on, that volleyball scene makes lots of people want to work out more. Like seriously, what a volleyball scene! And of course you got the Top Gun theme song in this. Of course, written by Kenny Loggins. You know, I mean, this is of course a movie about planes. It has like lots of romance in it too. Such a great film. I mean, like I said, directed by the late great Tony Scott. You know, this was also like, of course, Tom Cruise was bigger before Top Gun. Like, of course, he did Risky Business, Cocktails, and whatnot. But I felt like Top Gun was really the movie that really gave Tom Cruise star power. This was like I believe this was like not his first film, of course, but his major film into Hollywood stardom. And Tom Cruise was just terrific here. I mean, Tom Cruise is probably one of my favorite actors of all time. I just love that guy. And him as this is also my favorite Tom Cruise film. I actually once got a chance to watch Top Gun on the big screen back in 2012 during its re-release that year. Check out Top Gun on the big screen. It's a really great ride. And not to mention, next year we got Top Gun 2 coming out, Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, keep your eye out for that because I cannot wait for Top Gun Maverick. By the way, it'll be a shame because it'll be a little disappointing probably because Tony Scott's not involved with it or anything, but I still cannot wait for Top Gun Maverick nonetheless. I mean, getting Tom Cruise back, that should be cool. But yeah, if you guys never seen Top Gun by now, watch Top Gun. It's such a great film. Oh, not to mention you got Val Kilmer as Iceman, by the way. There's that. All right, my number one favorite movie of 1986. What's better than Top Gun? What's better than Ferris Bueller? What's better than Labyrinth? My favorite movie of that year is actually Stand By Me, based on a book by Stephen King. About these four kids who, of course, are growing up growing up in like the 50s and whatnot, and they end up, of course, finding a dead body. They're dealing with a bully played by Kiefer Sutherland. Anyway, and the four leads in this movie, by the way, are played by sorry about that. The four leads in this film are played by Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell, River Phoenix, and Corey Feldman. You also had Richard Dreyfuss doing like the voice work here. Like I said, Kiefer Sutherland was the bully in this. Well, probably my favorite Kiefer Sutherland role. Like everyone would probably say Jack Bauer is his best role. No, to me, it's his role as the bully in Stand By Me. I just love him as his role. And it was directed by Rob Reiner. Great narration in this. And it was cool seeing like a different Stephen King tale instead of like just a suspenseful horror thriller or whatnot. And Stand By Me is just great. I mean, it's a great coming of age tale. It's a film about friendship and all. Such a wonderful feature, and all four leads all had great chemistry. I mean, if it wasn't for something like Stand By Me, the show Stranger Things probably, like, if it wasn't for Stand By Me or the Goonies or whatnot, we probably wouldn't have Stranger Things. I'm just telling you that right now. Stranger Things wouldn't be something. It would not be anything without these type of films. So, yeah, but if you guys never seen Stand By Me, check out Stand By Me. Great film. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Highlander. 9, Hoosiers. 8, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. 7, The Fly. 6, Labyrinth. 5, Little Shop of Horrors. 4, Aliens. 3, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 2, Top Gun. 1, Stand By Me. Now, there's those other movies of that era I could have added. Other films in 1986 included Platoon, the Transformers movie, Big Trouble in Little China, Back to School, The Color of Money, Pretty in Pink, Hannah and Her Sisters, The Karate Kid Part 2, Crocodile Dundee, Children of a Molested God. I actually like Howard the Duck, by the way. It's one of the worst movies of all time, but for some reason I really get kicked out of Howard the Duck. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives, Texas Chainsaw Part 2. You got Three Amigos. Lots of great films of that era. Let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite movies of 1986? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T Movies, signing off.